Gonna get through this. That's tough because support me and help me be the best man that I can be. And she one of my kids.
Mayweather says he reportedly got cleaned out to the tune of $175 million.
What?
Claiming a former close associate ran a year-long scheme that allegedly drained his bank accounts, hijacked real estate deals, pawned off his jewelry, and even made his private jets disappear. I just know he's coming out and maybe I mean, look, Chad, this is not no breaking news. Y'all have heard all the reports and people have said Floyd is broke and this and that. I don't know Floyd like that. I don't know the man finances, and I'm not gonna get up here and say pretend like I do. I just can hope that that's not the case.
Floyd Mayweather has now spoken out about claims that he suffered a staggering $170 million financial loss. The former world champion addressed the reports directly, explained his perspective on the situation, and offered clarification about the financial speculation that has been making headlines around his career.
Also reportedly, he's been ordered to pay more than $1 million in child support after a Nevada judge ruled the retired boxer fathered a 4-year-old girl born to a former dancer at his Las Vegas strip club. Floyd also faced a reported $7.3 million IRS lien. Ocho, with the lavish lifestyle that Floyd has built over the years, the jet entourage nonstop spending, has he created a lifestyle that when he was making $200, $400 million a year, he was able to enjoy? Has he created something that he can no longer keep?
A tense exchange unfolded on Nightcap when Shannon Sharpe and Chad Ochocinco Johnson discussed Floyd Mayweather's choice to return to boxing after retirement. Their conversation soon focused on the financial reasons behind the comeback, with questions emerging about whether Mayweather's return could be connected to money problems, despite the enormous earnings he accumulated during his career.
And financial problems or not, but why would you at this age come out of retirement after not fighting since what, 2017, if I'm not mistaken, something like that?
It's been about 8 years.
Yeah, 8 years. Outside of exhibitions, obviously, is to do what he's always said is have a bank robbery with no mask on. So if that's what you're gonna do, there are only 3 fights. Chat, listen to me. There are only 3 fights that Floyd can have that can command and get the kind of money he's looking to recoup for money that may have been lost, or money that may have been stolen, or money he may have spent, to date. For one,
Shannon Sharpe shared his perspective on Floyd Mayweather's decision to compete again, pushing back against suggestions that the former champion has run out of money. Although he recognized the ongoing speculation about Mayweather's financial situation, Sharpe pointed to the tremendous fortune Floyd accumulated over the years and said there could be several factors behind his return. According to Sharpe, Mayweather may simply enjoy remaining in the public eye and continuing to perform on a major stage. He also noted that Floyd can still attract enormous earnings when he fights, which could mean this latest comeback is motivated more by the opportunities available to him than by financial pressure.
Mayweather Jr. said he's unretiring and will resume his undefeated career after his planned exhibition against Mike Tyson. Floyd, from my upcoming Mike Tyson event to my next professional fight afterwards, no one will generate a bigger gate, have a larger global broadcast audience, and generate more money with each event than my events. And I plan to keep doing it with my global media partner, CSI Sports / Fight Sports. Ocho?
Hey, I'm glad we own this one. I'm glad we own this one.
Go ahead, take it away.
Floyd, hey, chat, stay with me real quick. Y'all know how much I love boxing. I'm a boxing enthusiast, and I'm one that's been in the ring as well. I've trained with all the best fighters in the world. But in order for Floyd to come back, right, to be able to command the kind of money he wants.
I don't know. I just know he's coming out and maybe. I mean, look, Chad, this is not no breaking news. Y'all have heard all the reports and people have said Floyd is broke.
Shannon Sharpe, Chad Ochocinco Johnson, and Joe Johnson weighed in on Floyd Mayweather's explosive allegation that a former member of his trusted circle was behind a long-running financial scheme that reportedly resulted in losses of around $175 million. During their discussion, The three examined the claims, considered whether Mayweather's extravagant lifestyle and the people around him contributed to his financial problems, and raised questions about how an athlete who generated hundreds of millions of dollars could ultimately face circumstances like these.
Name is the value, not anything you could purchase, not anything you could drive. You got 2 hands and 2 feet, and just one of you. You need one.
The discussion highlighted the dangers associated with having vast amounts of money, relying heavily on people within your inner circle, and dealing with financial difficulties despite achieving extraordinary success.
Floyd says roughly $100 million worth of bling has handed over to a Miami jeweler for only $13 million in return. And he said a huge chunk of the collection is still sitting with the dealer. Floyd also says he unknowingly signed paperwork transferring ownership of his Gulfstream jet with a buyer section left blank, and says he still doesn't know where the aircraft money went. Floyd also reportedly has been ordered to pay more than $1 million in child support.
Cam Newton addressed the reports surrounding Floyd Mayweather's financial difficulties, suggesting that the boxer's most serious challenge may have come from the way he handled his fortune. Newton referenced Mayweather's high-end lifestyle, expensive acquisitions, and frequent showcases of his wealth to emphasize that preserving money can be just as crucial as generating it. Although he recognized Mayweather's remarkable achievements in boxing, Cam maintained that questionable financial choices and placing confidence in the wrong people can create problems for anyone, regardless of how much wealth they have accumulated.
It's, it's speculative that he had $500,000 a day splurges.
Yeah. Is
that sustainable? He had multiple business ventures that failed. He had the lifestyle with multiple women and different things that like, bro, I get it. But dang, and let this be a message to all athletes. And I'm not trying to rag on Floyd, because I still have so much respect for Floyd. Every time I see Floyd, it's like, he one of the ones.
Yeah.
Because contrary to whatever it is, he's still a great fighter.
Mm-hmm.
But yet, we gotta do better with our money.
Yeah.
How? We have to put ourselves on a realistic longevity plan that even though you got the money fast,
mm-hmm.
you can't keep spending it fast.
But who do you trust? How do you trust when, and I'm not saying his background, but if you're not used to money, don't have money in our community, who do you trust? How do you trust? How do you go about finding somebody to put you on a budget to do that? Because
that B word right there, budget.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the midst of the height of your career, budget. That's not to say that you can't have certain things, budget.
Because a lot of people look at budget as a bad thing.
No.
Like, oh, you broke because you're on a budget.
No. Balling on a
budget.
No, heck no. Budget says to you, okay, when you are getting excessive.
Mm-hmm.
Above all, this is what you can spend and what you can't spend. That's not to say even if you do spend what you can't spend, you're going to make it back. Yeah. You can't make it a regular thing of what you can't.
YouTuber Spencer Cornelia closely examined Floyd Mayweather's financial situation and questioned whether the boxer still possesses the enormous fortune many people associate with him. In his analysis, Cornelia pointed to what he described as supporting evidence from Mayweather's business activities, extravagant expenditures, court records, and reported monetary setbacks. Based on those factors, he argued that Mayweather's wealth could have declined significantly despite his long-standing reputation as Money Mayweather.
Mayweather has money problems. He owes the IRS, he owes car dealers, he's pawning jewelry. A guy who's made hundreds of millions of dollars in his career is somehow running out of money. And now he's suing everyone, claiming he's owed money. While he may be able to keep up the facade that it's everyone else's fault, Floyd's spending problem is the reason why he's going broke. I was able to go directly to the source to get private information that hasn't been shared publicly yet, to discuss the recent lawsuit that sent shockwaves throughout the sports world. Mayweather suing former associate in an alleged $175 million fraud scheme. That associate, Jonah, shared with me private text messages, private images of Floyd signing contracts, and access to private communication with this team. And the proof I've been given will contradict everything you've heard in the news about this case. By going through all of the claims presented in the lawsuit, I'll share all the private information that I have access to so we can understand fully what's going on with Floyd Mayweather. In 2017, Recknitz and Mayweather became friends, which ultimately led to Recknitz becoming Floyd's investment manager, real estate advisor, and banking liaison. Jonah helped put deals together for Floyd. He was his manager, so that's sponsorships, real estate deals, and fights, just to name a few revenue streams. Jonah shared with me that he was not on salary, meaning he only made money when there was a commission on finding.
The video has led to a major discussion among viewers, with some questioning whether Floyd is actually dealing with financial difficulties, while others believe the extent of his enormous fortune may be far greater than people realize.
Big claim that Floyd makes is that he wasn't aware that in 2016 Rechnitz had pleaded guilty to wire fraud conspiracy, that Rechnitz had cooperated with the United States attorney, or that Rechnitz had been the subject of significant civil litigation. What Floyd's attorney was trying to do with this complaint is make it look like Floyd was taken advantage of by a guy with a questionable past, like Floyd is this innocent victim who had no idea who this guy really was. There's a little problem with that, because I have proof he did know. This letter on the screen was sent in 2023 by Floyd Mayweather to a U.S. District Judge for the Southern District of New York. The bottom includes Floyd's name and his signature. For context, this is Floyd Mayweather's letter to the judge in Jonah Rechnitz's case, speaking about Jonah's character and why he deserves a better outcome. In the second paragraph, he writes, "We became friendly and I supported him when he was going through the process of being sentenced in 2019. That sounds to me like he knew about Jonah's litigation in New York." In the third paragraph, he writes that Jonah has worked with him as his promoter and business advisor. He has taken the job and run with it, helping Floyd in every aspect and opening up new opportunities. He further mentions the charitable work they've done together. Further down, he mentions that people have tried to take advantage of Jonah by bringing lawsuits against him as a way to extort him. And finally, Floyd writes, "I appreciate you taking the time to read this letter, Your Honor. I would just ask that you consider my personal testimony that Jonah Rechnitz is a good person." He claimed that he didn't know about Jonah's past in the complaint, yet he wrote that letter in support of Jonah, showing he clearly knew about the litigation in New York. So it doesn't seem.
Gelsunen says the newest financial claims involving Floyd Mayweather support concerns he has raised for a long time, after reports suggested that Mayweather may have experienced significant monetary setbacks. Sonnen highlighted Floyd's high-cost lifestyle, valuable possessions, and ongoing efforts to bring in additional revenue as signs that had already raised questions. In Sonnen's view, these developments demonstrate that even an athlete known for accumulating extraordinary wealth can encounter serious financial challenges, once again putting Mayweather's actual financial position under scrutiny.
Broke, told you so. All right, I don't get any level of pleasure from this, by the way, but the economics of boxing are fascinating. And the 4 to 5 men on earth that understand the economics of boxing, I would be interested in talking to. Massive publications. I remember them saying the highest paid sports guy in the world. And a number of years it was Floyd. And Floyd would win this at $250 million and at $170 million. And then there'd be someone from like Formula One racing that some years would top Floyd, and then Floyd would be number 2. And I would just tell people, that's not real. And I remember being on big shows. I remember sitting with Andrew Schultz and telling him, hey, those numbers aren't real. The biggest boxing fight of all time is whatever PR agency put out a lie greater than the previous PR agency that had put out the lie.
Floyd Mayweather is now dealing with a serious legal case in Nevada, where prosecutors have filed 2 felony charges over an alleged $200,000 payment for a high-end watch. Authorities claim the check was issued even though Mayweather allegedly did not have enough money in the account to cover it. The accusations involve theft and allegedly using a check with fraudulent intent, adding another major legal issue to the boxer's career. Mayweather's lawyer has rejected the suggestion of criminal wrongdoing, maintaining that the dispute is essentially a business matter. While the case moves forward, the allegations have brought renewed attention to questions surrounding Mayweather's finances and the difficulties connected to his business dealings.
Mayweather is currently facing felony charges for passing a bad check.
Oh my God.
Yes. So right now he faces
Floyd?
2 felony charges in Vegas over allegations that he wrote a bad check to purchase a watch from a luxury resale store. So the charges they actually came down in April, but he was just supposed to be in court Monday, but his attorney went for him. So the charge, he's being currently charged with theft for value over $100,000 or greater, and draw or pass a check with intent to defraud for value over $1,200 or greater. So what happened is back in December of 2024, there's a receipt that ESPN and prosecutors have obtained where Floyd went into a resale boutique and tried to purchase an AP. Now, when he purchased the AP, he used a check to purchase this. Now, the store owner, the place is called Golden Beyond, is saying that he had a long-term business relationship with Floyd before the alleged transaction. So when the check and everything was happening, like when the money didn't come through, he gave Floyd some time, almost about a year, to try and make good for this, and it didn't happen. So now the Clark County prosecutors have filed an initial complaint that happened back in April, and 3 days later, they ordered Mayweather to appear in court in front of a judge. So that appearance happened Monday, but again, he wasn't there. His attorney was there. So now
as questions about Floyd Mayweather's financial situation continued to spread, boxing commentator Rick Glazer further intensified the discussion through a critical social media post. Glazer claimed that Mayweather's personal and financial situation had been deteriorating for some time, alleging that he was dealing with substantial debt, court judgments, lawsuits, IRS actions, and child support obligations. He also alleged that Mayweather's total debt had repeatedly exceeded $50 million, but the conversation grew even louder when social media figure T Street made another significant claim. According to his post, Ullman allegedly provided Mayweather with an advance before the Conor McGregor bout because Floyd had already used much of the money he earned from the Manny-Pacquiao fight. T Street further alleged that Mayweather may have spent close to $200 million since 2017, that another social media claim then added a different angle to the story. A viral post attributed comments to Yaya Mayweather, suggesting that her father was not actually bankrupt, but was instead dealing with legal complications. The post also claimed that Yaya criticized NBA YoungBoy for becoming distant when Floyd reportedly needed $3 million to address legal matters. She allegedly asked whether YoungBoy could provide a loan, especially given Floyd's reported financial support toward him in the past. According to the same claim, YoungBoy did not respond and eventually blocked contact. Meanwhile, Cameron recently met with Floyd Mayweather at the boxer's gym, giving viewers another opportunity to see the undefeated fighter away from competition. Their conversation reportedly covered boxing, business, finances, and Mayweather's life outside the ring. With Floyd's wealth and legal affairs receiving significant attention, the meeting also provided another glimpse into how he presents himself while facing continued speculation about his financial circumstances.
We can keep naming. Right. The Walton family?
There you go.
They still getting money.
There you go.
I mean, the list goes on and on.
All right, so who we saw fight? We hear a lot of names. It's Tyson, it's Pacquiao. We see going overseas, a kickboxer possibly. Who is it going to be? First, is it a list?
We just, time will tell.
Okay.
Time will tell.
Okay.
You know, I just want to make sure they got their numbers right.
Okay.
So, you know, as you guys seen, I posted the Tyson fight, and I posted the little guy. I think the other guy, his name is Mike also.
Okay.
From over in Greece.
Yeah.
But sometimes I post him and I take him down, and I post him and I take him down. It is what it is.
DJ Academics weighed in after Floyd Mayweather spoke publicly about the mounting claims surrounding his financial situation. In recent weeks, attention around the former champion's wealth has grown as reports have surfaced involving lawsuits, ongoing legal battles, and claims of losses totaling millions of dollars. Those developments have led to increasing speculation about how much of Mayweather's massive boxing fortune he still has today.
Apparently, Floyd is going through some financial hardships. He tried to liquidate his jet. He's also sued a bunch of people claiming that they stole his money. Amidst a lot of mountain expenses that people have claimed that he owes money.
Academics paid close attention to Mayweather's comments and the apparent shift in the circumstances surrounding the boxing icon. He raised the question of whether audiences are beginning to see a different, more restrained side of the fighter once branded as Money Mayweather. For decades, Floyd carefully cultivated an image built on enormous financial success. Private aircraft, high-end timepieces, luxury automobiles, visible displays of cash, and an extravagant lifestyle became closely associated with his public persona. Because of that long-established image, reports about his current situation have generated such strong interest. But at the same time, Mayweather's choice to speak on the matter gave him an opportunity to challenge the assumption that legal disputes or financial obligations automatically prove someone has run out of money. Academics explored that difference, while also pointing out how rapidly the public's perception of a celebrity's wealth can shift when their carefully maintained image begins facing scrutiny.
A lot of money. That's what, yeah, I love Floyd, but he owes some money. It's cool. He got a lot of assets. You know, there's a particular part of pride and ego where, do I believe Floyd's broke? No. I think Floyd might just have to not live a $100 million a year lifestyle. Maybe it has to go to 20 million. Whoop-de-doo. He lives the most exorbitant lifestyle of anybody. Yes, he should sell a few properties, sell some jewelry to pay off some debt. You should. Manage your money a little bit better. Floyd at one point had like 10 bitches. All the 10 bitches had allowances. They're all getting this amount, that amount. Like, he's paying for this. He's doing a lot. Maybe you can't have 10 bitches now getting everything paid for. Maybe you just need 2.
Dana White has also addressed the reports claiming Floyd Mayweather may have suffered losses of roughly $170 million, showing concern about the financial issues surrounding the former champion. White admitted that he has spoken with Mayweather about the matter, but said he does not have enough information to know exactly what is happening. With so many conflicting accounts circulating, he believes the situation needs to be allowed to unfold through the legal process before anyone can fully understand the outcome. White also left the door open to potentially helping Mayweather if there is something he can do. He pointed out that Floyd worked extremely hard to build a massive fortune, making the possibility of losing a substantial portion of that wealth especially troubling. White noted that situations like this have happened to professional athletes before, whether through financial losses, theft, or other circumstances, and suggested that there could still be a way to assist. His comments add another prominent figure to the ongoing conversation about Mayweather's reported financial losses, as questions continue surrounding what happened to a major share of the money he accumulated throughout his remarkable boxing career. The circumstances remain a subject of intense discussion. Logan Paul has also spoken publicly about his own financial dispute with Mayweather after their high-profile exhibition bout. His statements have contributed to speculation about Mayweather's continued return to boxing. Paul has repeatedly maintained that he was not fully paid following their 2021 event, criticizing Mayweather publicly and raising questions about the money generated by the hugely successful fight.
Owes a lot of people a lot of money, and he don't have it. Logan Paul also discussed this, and this is probably the best screenshot I couldn't gotten on this video. My God, his ramen noodle hair is flying in the wind, and there's no wind in that place. But Logan dropped some knowledge that Floyd is still scamming him for their 2021 fight. We're going to go through it all because the simple truth in life is it's not about how much money you can make, it's about how much you keep. And Floyd, compared to what he made in his career, is keeping pennies. And somehow, Logan Paul called it. Maybe it's just, allegedly scammers stick together, but Logan...
And be sure to check out some of our other videos on the channel for more boxing updates and the latest stories.